All right. Okay, everybody. How we doing? Oh, it's chilling. We'll wait for some more people to turn up. Okay, we got Dyno in the house. Came up here to co-host. Oh, got a few more people rolling in. Say Three Biggest Bro. Say Poppy. Thanks for dropping in. Okay, we've got Dyno. Dyno, how are you, mate? Can you hear me all right?
Yep, loud and clear. How's it going?
Yeah, good, mate. So how's things?
Good. Just driving home, so I may be a little quiet for maybe 20 minutes.
No, that's cool, mate. So make sure you're driving safe, eyes on the road.
Yeah, always. How about you? How are you doing?
Good, mate. Good, mate. Yeah, just woke up a little while ago, so still getting a few things together, but I think we're just about ready to go. So, well, while you're here and we got some listeners, I guess we'll get into some intro music. All right. Okay, everybody. Ozman Collect 63 here, and this is VeVe Wednesdays. Episode, what are we up to now? Episode 26. Whereas I'm joined by my trusty co-host, the one, the only, you know him as when Mr. Nintendo. That would be MiVidaVeVe Dyno. Oh, mate, all good?
All is good.
All is good. Good. And also I see we've got Hinano in the house. We've got Three Biggest Bro. We've got Popi. So got all the VeVe in the house, guys. So thanks for dropping in, guys. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy days to come chill with us. I know there's a few things going on at the moment. I see the superstars have got some Cryptoys unboxings going on. We've got Shawnee Poo doing some live streaming on the Fortnite there. That's pretty cool. And we've also got saw one other live stream. Yeah, we've got VeVe doing his Market Watch live stream as well. So there's tons of live streams going on at the moment. So yeah, thanks for dropping in.
I was supposed to be on Superstar. I mean, I don't want to say I was supposed to. They invited me to be on, but I told them I was still not home yet. But that would have been cool to join them.
Yeah, I'm the same. I would love to join them as well, but so I'm here chilling with you guys. But there'll be plenty of opportunities for unboxings as we'll get into a bit in just a moment. So
yeah, and they started at 3 a.m. for you, so that's a little.
That's
early.
that's like way too early for me. And we got Hinano coming up. How are you, bro?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Oh, barely. I mean, just barely hear you.
What about now?
Now I can definitely hear you. I was about to say, are you hiding in like some like secret location or something?
No, it's not that. Usually whenever you bring us up, and if you're trying to talk to me while you bring us up, I didn't hear anything. So that's why. Did you guys say anything by the time I came up here?
Oh, okay. Well, you're still coming in quite quiet, but no, we were just saying that there's tons of live streams going on at the moment. We've got the superstars doing their live stream with their Cryptoys unboxings. We got Shawnee Poo doing a live gaming stream of him playing Fortnite, and we've got VeVe doing his usual Market Watch.
I'm still quiet, guys. You can't hear me?
Yeah, you are very, very quiet, very, very tinny.
Let me come back.
That's cool. So we'll wait for him to get his connection back. Three Biggest Bro, give me a thumbs up if you got your the NFT I sent you from your win on the giveaway on episode 25 of the Mickey Mouse. Oh, I saw a thumbs up. Excellent. That's all right. I always like to know that people got their giveaways, because Three Biggest Bro was lucky enough to win one of Kid Arcade's light parades in our last episode, which is our 25th episode, which was a fantastic episode. So lots of fun, plenty of giveaways, and that was just to celebrate 25 straight episodes of streaming these spaces, which is a pretty big milestone for us. So as you can see, we're up to episode 26. So we're just going to keep going. So Dyno, what have you been up to? You said you were driving home, so you spent some family time.
Yeah, just had to work down by my parents' house, and then it took us late enough to where figured we'd have some dinner with them, and then you know how things are when you get with family.
Yeah.
Things, you know, you just have a good time, and time slips away. So
No.
it's all good. It's always nice to have dinner with them. Ever since we moved out, that's few and far between. So got to cherish those.
Yeah, definitely. So and nothing beats a bit of parents' home cooking as well, I imagine. Are you folks decent cooks?
Yeah, my mom is for sure. Much better than me. My brother does all right too, for the most part. I've been lacking some good home cooking. So.
Nice one. Oh, we got Popi wanting to come up. Excellent. We also got Fried Labbits in the house as well, mate. Thanks for dropping in, always showing us a lot of love and support. We appreciate you greatly. And Popi, how are you, buddy?
Doing all right, guys. Doing all right. Times are good.
Good. So you're not hiding somewhere from at work, are you?
No, well, I am taking a break from work, but just no need to hide. So
no, good one.
See you guys.
Good to hear from you, mate. So how's things? So you've been picking up things in the market. I heard you've been picking up tons of MC's new Drophead series.
Actually, not a lot. I just had to sort through all the old stuff that I had. I only picked up like maybe about 3 or 4, so I can complete the sets because I had to calculate how many I had, and when I picked up about 4 and was able to complete two more sets. So yeah, loving that project.
So how many sets are you up to now?
I think I'm up to 14 now. Yeah, I went heavy earlier on. It was one of the it was the first project I like got into after VeVe, and it was like an introduction to like OpenSea and anything outside Bitcoin and Ethereum when I got the Matic. So I was like kind of learning at the same time. So I just started buying and understanding the market and stuff, and no one was buying them. So I just started to like connect with the like different variants that he had, and started to look at mint numbers, and I liked one, and they were like very very affordable back then. He had a lot of promo rates and stuff. So
that's it, and then it just spiraled out of control from there.
Spiraled out of control, and then I just stopped. I just stopped after a long while, and I said I have a decent amount, and I like still just use the same PFP the whole time. I actually bought all those thinking I'm be swapping them around, and this is the only one that I've ever used, or second one that I've ever used, and kind of stuck with it.
So yeah, are you going to be swapping around now that you got the newer ones? Because some of those 3D ones look really nice. Yeah,
they're cool, but I'm actually looking forward to using those when we go to the VeVeVerse or Spatial or something. Don't know if they're going to be animated, but just like knowing that they're 3D, they're actually pretty cool. I like to set up a few, like put my little stormtrooper / Drophead army.
Nice.
So those are actually statues.
Yeah, they're Drophead Series 3. They're actually 3D digital collectibles now. So yeah, he's been working on it for a bit. He launched them just this past week. He's been talking about it for a while. And what's cool is that this one is only wave 1 that I understand. And he said in wave 2, I think that it's different variants. And he said that there's something big coming with it. I know he said that he was looking into the animation, but it's a little more involved. So I don't know if these will be able to be animated later down the line or what, but just knowing that they're 3D, it's just a level up.
Yeah, there's been a few 3D projects starting to pop up as well. Like Kid Arcade has also recently just done an airdrop as well with the 3D Wolverine poster.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I saw he gave you a little shout out as well because you had the Wolverine what's it, Kid Arcade?
Yeah, that one. I was actually hunting that when he first launched, and because I didn't realize in the beginning when he launched that that is like different Kid Arcade characters were kind of based on his version of different actors fandoms, right? So I actually picked one up that like kind of looked like an Iron Man. I picked up the Spider-Man one, and then the Wolverine. The Wolverine was the first one I got. I actually got a couple of them, but that one has the nice Wolverine like original uniform. So
yeah, you got the yellow spandex.
yep, not my favorite, but it's original, right? So
that's it.
That's your PFP on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. I remember I had it before. That was my PFP back in the day. I don't know if I've ever changed it, to be honest with you. I try to just use the same Drophead one that I have now, but I was actually running that for a while. That Wolverine Kid Arcade PFP. Love Wolverine.
That's how I remember seeing you on it.
Yeah, love Wolverine. I mean, can't talk about it enough. Super excited whenever anything's going to get dropped on that.
Yeah, I mean, like we're still looking forward to it. You know, Deadpool 3 is still in the works, but you know, thanks to the writer's strike, that's been delayed again. But just a quick one on the subject of Wolverine. Who heard about his splitting up with his missus? I thought that was a bit of a shocker.
I'm not aware of that. No.
No. I mean, it was in the news a while back. Apparently, he's split with his wife of I think it was 27 years.
So you were talking about Hugh Jackman, or are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about Hugh Jackman, the actor, who the only Wolverine. Yeah, no, go look it up when you get a chance. Apparently, he split with his missus of 27 years, I believe.
So he's looking for a Jean Grey. That's why.
Yeah, looking for a Jean Grey or possibly a Mystique or whatever character you can get his hands on. So there you go. If there's any ladies listening in the house, your Wolverine is now available. Excellent. So we got Hinano back. Do you want to try your mic now? See if she's working. See if you're coming in nice and clear.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
That's much better. Much better.
Yes. Sorry. So my iPhone warned me that I was running out of storage, so I just switched to my Android phone. Yeah, you said it before, Oz. I have to just stick to the Android.
Yeah. So,
but how you guys doing? I just came off the Superstars unboxing. I unboxed 2 legendaries on the stream.
Nice.
Legendary Pluto and a legendary Luke. So super stoked with those pulls.
No, excellent, mate.
Yeah, congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Dyno, I heard that you were supposed to be a part of that stream, but you didn't get home in time?
Yeah, they reached out and I said, man, I'm still at my parents' house, but if I can get home in time, I'd love to. I guess they went on at 7 Pacific, and I'm driving home just now.
Got you.
Yeah, that would have been a lot of fun because, yeah, as I told you guys yesterday, I've got a lot to unbox, and so could have done a few there, a few on a WebV live stream. Could have spread out the love, but it's all good.
Well, we are doing. I'm not trying to tell you to unbox on our stream, but we are doing a stream on Friday. It's mainly for my daughter. It's not going to be anything. Well, I say that it's not going to be anything big. We try to keep it small, and somehow it gets very long and extensive. So we'll see how it goes on Friday. But we're gonna unbox 9 cubes, or I got 9 cubes to unbox for my daughter, and then Dee's got 5 cubes to unbox for my daughter, and then we'll see where it goes on Friday.
Awesome. What time you guys looking at?
What time? Yeah, there you go.
What time would be good for everybody? Because I pretty much took the afternoon off, and I scheduled the stream for, I think it's 4:30 my time, which is 7:30 PST. But we're willing to go on whichever fits everyone.
So 7:30. So that's about what? I don't know. That's about 3:30 my time, I believe. 7, 8. Yeah, it must be. Well, I'll be there regardless of the time. Like, you know, I'll just get my dopey ass up at an early time. I ain't gonna miss it. I'm gonna come on and open at least one with you because I got four Star Wars ones. I can open, but I'm gonna open at least one.
And we got more on the way. Because I BOGO'd the Star Wars, and then I also BOGO'd the Mickey.
Yeah.
So, and I maxed it twice for this Mickey. So
nice. Yeah, I know that was going to be another one of our topics of discussion is who's getting in on the Cryptoys BOGO. So who's jumping in on the hype? So I know I want to get at least one, but I'm still playing with the idea of max minting. But I'm not sure if my bank account's going to allow me, or if it will. Can I hide it from the missus long enough to pay it back?
Well, that's good that you bring that up, because, like, I mean, I can do it because I got the play money to do it. But, like, in reality, you should really think about it. Yeah. Before you hit that buy button. Everyone hits the buy button, but then after, for a lengthy amount of time, if something doesn't go up or down, they get frustrated. So
that's right.
Be sure to double check yourself before you hit that buy button.
That's it, mate. Obviously, nothing said on this channel is financial advice. Do with your money as you will. So we're just guys on the other end of a microphone, just chilling. But Hinano puts out a very good point. So if you're thinking about it, maybe take a day to sort of think it through. So go off, like, touch some grass, go for a walk. So listen to this podcast, listen to this show. And just chill, because you've got until Sunday, I believe, to get it on the max mint, or until the BOGO deal's finished with, or until they mint out, I believe.
Yeah, that's a good idea. My thing is, I always think about, am I going to regret it? And it's so hard to not buy it, knowing that it's basically 50% off.
Yeah,
right? I mean, buy one get one free. It's like, am I going to regret buying it later versus now? And it's so hard to just not. So,
well, that's right, because right now I think, what is it? Is it about $200 US to mint all 5, something like that?
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go. So say if you did want to mint all 5, then you're effectively getting $200 worth of Cryptoys for free, aren't you? And of course, Yep. Go on.
Yeah, you're also going to get a second NFT. So technically, you're not just getting one NFT, true, because the accessory is also an NFT. So you're getting what is that? 10 NFTs just for getting 5 boxes. So technically that's 20 NFTs if you max mint twice. And a golden ticket.
And a golden ticket, yeah. Jeez.
So I max minted Star Wars, and then I max minted twice on Mickey. So I got 3 golden tickets, and I'm good after that, by the way. I'm not going to go crazy hog after that.
That's it.
Can you explain,
to be honest with you, I'm actually excited.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. For anybody who's not familiar with the gold tickets, can you just explain what the gold tickets are? Because I don't actually know what the gold tickets are all about, because I'm still getting familiar with the project as well.
I'll let you go, Popi.
To be honest with you, I don't know, and I don't think it's been clearly defined yet. They just said it's that it's a golden ticket that's going to be can be used later on down the line for future programs. So. Okay. Unless it's been explained, I didn't know. So what I've heard, like, on speculation on that, could be you get either early access to future drops, maybe, or and it could be at some point in the future, I guess, sold when, like, the market opens up. So I know some people are just collecting those just so that whatever opportunity that is going to be proposed.
And also, I suppose you can buy one, and you can sing to yourself and go, "I've got a golden ticket."
Well, it's good you brought that up, because Will Weinrob, WW, Willy Wonka, and so that's why the golden ticket references that, because of his initials, right?
So, no way.
But right now we can't do anything with these tickets. So in reality, you don't need it to buy any drops, and until they kind of define what they really are, it's really just something that we're holding, and we don't even have it yet in our backpack. They haven't even given it to us yet.
Okay, so again, still
kind of similar to what VeVe has going on. They have their own share tickets, and I just can't see it not doing something that's really gonna award like collectors, right? Especially the way Cryptoys has been going. They've been very frontline as far as what the collectors would like, and they're early adopters. So. Like, for example, when like there were some concerns about how BOGO opened up for Star Wars, some of the guys that were like early adopters that had to pay retail price, they were saying, couldn't something have been done for them to maybe not compensate? And I actually agreed that Cryptoys doesn't have to do anything, but maybe just looking at the history and say who at least max minted, and knowing that because they have the history on it, right? And just see those early versions of golden tickets. Maybe not give them something, but maybe give them a discount on future stuff or something like that. But I'm kind of digressing. But my speculation on is that I would would hope, or it'll be cool that because it like clearly says series 1, right? Or
Yeah.
version 1, right? Whether it's Star Wars and like He-Man clearly went to 3 different series. So I'm actually looking forward to like series 2 of both Star Wars and Disney, because I'm like hoping we get Chewbacca, and I'm hoping Disney we get Goofy. So
that'd be cool.
It's just later on down the line, right? I mean, it's to me it's like gonna happen. So hopefully that's what the golden tickets are for, but we'll see.
That's it. So hashtags soon.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So,
well, I mean,
do we know if the golden ticket was also for Max Minters of the Star Wars as well?
Yes. So like you get a golden ticket whenever you max mint one type of what do you call it? So like you have to max mint just that
series
collection. Yeah, series.
Yeah.
So like you can't buy 5 different, like 2 He-Man and 2 Star Wars. You have to max mint when you're going to purchase one series.
Yeah, because it actually tells you, like, when you max mint, like, it's got like the little golden ticket picture, and says, like, max mint 5, and then you'll get your golden ticket.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you. So there you go. So for anyone who's thinking about max minting, and you're in a position to do so, now would definitely be the time to do it. Because, like I said, Cryptoys has got the buy one get one free offer going on until Sunday. And like we said before, if you're still not sure about it, maybe go for a walk, take some time. So just think about it carefully. Don't put yourself in any financial, emotional stress. Even though those collectibles are looking really nice. I mean, I'm hoping to land some of those cosmic looking ones. They look very cool. But I'm the same. I've been on the fence about max minting, but I want to buy at least one. At least one seems like a good deal. So if you can get yourself at least one, that way at least you got something in the game.
What are your guys' opinions on the variants? Because I think with Luke and Leia, I thought that was really cool to see their different versions throughout the years, different movies and stuff. But this one is, I don't know. I wasn't as much of a fan of the variants of this one, but what's your guys' opinion?
So I'm just bringing up the variants now so I can see what I'm looking at.
Are we talking about Star Wars or Mickey Mouse? Sorry, I'm multitasking here.
That's right. We'll talk about the Mickeys, I believe.
Yeah, I'm asking about the Mickeys because I liked the Star Wars variants better than this. Although I do like the crystal one. Looks good on the Mickey. But wondering what your guys' opinion of the 5 different skins.
I love them. Me personally, I love them. And in fact, not to shoot VeVe down, but I enjoy them more than VeVe. I think the classic is my favorite, and then the legendary, and then the grails. I'm okay with the rares. I know the superstar money colors, but I just really like how they look. They're very clean. Me personally, though, me personally. Yeah. The Star Wars ones are cool. They remind me more of like my Marvel Mighties. They remind me of Marvel Mighties, but the Mickey Mouse, they don't remind me of Marvel Mighties. They remind me of watching Mickey and Friends when my daughter was young, to be very honest. What you guys?
I actually agree with you, Dyno. I think that the like Mickey and Friends is really, really cool. They have their own versions, and people can like kind of relate to maybe the 90s vibe thing, and it's cool. But I really liked how they like stay true to the like Star Wars timeline, right? And it was like classic Star Wars stuff, from like the Vader being like Anakin to
to Darth Vader.
I don't like see them in front of me, right? Yeah, but the like Darth Vader and the like cracked helmet, right? And it's, I mean, besides the like Ultra Go, because that just has to be kind of a 1-on-1 type of rarity. But when it went from common to rare, I liked how it was just different timelines of the Star Wars history. So that's why I liked it more.
Yeah, and I could have totally seen, Sorcerer Mickey, and how we have a bunch of different Mickeys on the VeVe app. I thought they could have taken that opportunity to do that, and then Minnie in whatever her dress, and then Minnie in a different outfit. But I guess you couldn't do a whole lot with Pluto, and so I could see why they did it that way. but yeah, I loved the way they did the Star Wars. Yeah, I love like the Return of the Jedi Luke in black with the green saber, stuff like that. Just it's really cool to see
Yeah.
the rendition. But I do agree with Hinano as well. Is like, the Star Wars we've seen from live action, whereas Mickey was made for animation, and so it just the base model just looks amazing. It looks like Mickey's supposed to look. So yeah, there's something to like about both collections. I was just wondering about the variants, like the one with the sprinkles and stuff like that. I'm like, well, I hope I don't pull that, to be honest. But yeah, but some of them look really good. Like I would love to have one of the crystal ones. Thought those look really good. And then obviously, like, I'm fine with just the commons, to be honest.
Now,
Yeah,
if we're
so-
speaking games, guys, if we're thinking about a game, those Star Wars all the way. I mean, like the way
yeah.
when you unbox one of them, you see like the lightsabers moving around, or they got the blasters. Like that's my type of gameplay. It's like a side scroller arcade type of game. Now I speculate a lot, so I don't know what it really will be. But like if now games, I would prefer to play with Star Wars than Mickey Mouse. But for like a collectible, and also for my kid, yeah, I mean, I just think these lines will get better, and then like maybe Star Wars Wave number 2 will look completely different from Wave number 1, because if you really look at it, right, Motu and Star Wars kind of look alike in terms of like their visual appearances, like how the Cryptoid looks or the skeleton. But if you look at like the UFOs and the Mickey Mouse, they're more animated looking, and I think they just look more cleaner.
Different approach. And also that, I mean, they have opportunity, right? This is only series 1. Maybe, they already announced that they're going to have Sorcerer's, what is it, Sorcerer's Apprentice or Sorcerer's Mickey. So, we know that there's going to be other variants out there. So more to come.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm me personally, I'm liking the Grail ones, with the crystal looking ones, only because they look like Swarovski crystals, but the awesome one about this one is they look like Swarovski crystals, but you can't break them. So if anyone out there has ever owned a Swarovski crystal statue or anything, they are the scariest things to own ever, because they're just, especially the Mickey ones, because I've had some Mickey ones in the past, and they're so unstable. And you try and display them, and they fall over, they break, and they're expensive too. So, but with something like this, like look, they're a lot safer. But the Grail ones are looking nice. I am liking the Ultra Grails, like the cosmic looking ones. That cosmic Pluto looks really, really clean. And the Superstar colors ones are looking very nice, and even just the commons are looking quite clean as well. Yeah, no, I'm very excited for the future of this project. The more and more I learn about it, and of course, then sorry about go on.
I was just gonna say to me, they're really doing it right. They're doing a lot of things right.
Yeah, definitely. And just to give a quick shout out, we've got a few more listeners jumping in with us. We've got Drew, Macho Nacho, Evolved, EO. Thanks for dropping in, mate. We've got D listening in the background as always. Mark D, and we've got Humble. So thanks for dropping in, mate. So Double Quill, so always a pleasure. Make sure you check out Double Quill's blog if you get a chance. So always an entertaining read. We've got Stu, and I see, is it Donkey Good? There's probably more to that, but I'm probably butchering it, so I do apologize. Sorry, but thank you for taking the time to listen in, just talk a bit about Cryptoys and the future of the project, and what we like about it and what we don't like about it. And what about the speculation? I mean, this is like pure speculation, but it seems quite obvious. Like, we've got Mickey, we've got Star Wars. Who thinks Marvel's coming? I think Marvel's coming.
Oh, if they drop Marvel, wow. I just hope VeVe gets Wolverine first.
Yeah, definitely. Because it just seems only logical now. Like, you've got Mickey, we've got Star Wars. Marvel just seems like the next logical step out of all of that. But obviously, pure speculation. Nothing's been said. But what Marvel characters would you like to see on Cryptoys is a good question. Obviously, Wolverine being one of them.
Wow, God! If they're going to gamify it, I want to see them all. That's just a whole other world. We'll have our own version of Endgame going on.
Oh, mate, can you imagine that?
Imagine Thanos. I mean, that'll be amazing. And taking the Thanos glove and putting it, because you know how they're actually separate NFT pieces, the
Mhm.
like accessory.
Yeah.
I imagine what they can do with that, like passing that glove around. And
That's it. Okay, I can just envision it now. Like you got Thanos with the Thanos glove, because obviously, like they're like you said, they're individual pieces, and they can mix and match with other other pieces on the platform. Imagine having the Thanos glove on Mickey. wouldn't that be cool? So,
or on Darth Vader.
That's it. Oh man, on Darth Vader, that'd be nasty. I'm just picturing Mickey like oh boy, I'm going to snap you out of existence. I am inevitable.
It would be cool. You know how they have the chase for Yoda, and they have the chase for Sorcerer's Mickey. God, if they did one for a Marvel, it'd be cool if they have the like original X-Men, and then the like chase for like Professor X. That'd be cool.
Ooh, now there you go. There's your series right there. Like you've got you could have you can have your X-Men, you could have your Avengers, you could have what other groups have we got? Avengers, X-Men,
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic.
God, there's a ton of them.
Hulks.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, geez.
Yeah. Oh mate,
it's a whole universe.
Oh, there you go. If Marvel does eventually make its way to Cryptoys, there's another world of possibilities, and to have them all like gamified and running around in like the little Cryptoys universe, that'd be wicked.
I think it's inevitable.
Yeah,
I really think it's inevitable. And the only reason why I think of it is because they're building.
They very adamant about Marvel coming to Cryptoys. They think it's a sure thing. And I'm just wondering, like, what does it do for the Marvel Mighties? Do you think it affects it? Do you think it makes it redundant? Do you think it doesn't really matter? They're different.
I think it just provides different options. It's the same as anything. I mean, it will probably give them, like, if they are gamified and do things, it will give them a slight advantage above the Marvel Mighties, but only because, like, you can actually interact with them, whereas the Marvel Mighties is just like static statues. But at the end of the day, it's just a different option for the consumer.
Yeah,
and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I don't think we can have too many options. I just hope that I don't know.
I actually think it's a valid question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually think it's a valid question. I think the only thing that VeVe's gonna have to step up their game. I think that the only big use case is that if like we can use Marvel Mighties in the VeVeverse, and it's a little more, how they're talking about the quality being a lot better, and if like Cryptoys is not open to like go into the VeVeverse for like whatever reason, then maybe there's like a use case there, right? But if we're able to bring in Cryptoys into the VeVeverse, to be honest with you, I don't know what I want my Marvel Mighty for, unless it's like a character that's not available in Cryptoys. But that's just my opinion. But I also think if Marvel's down the pipeline, I'm not even holding my breath, because there's just so much work Cryptoys is doing now, and like I said, that they're doing great, but it's in they have to really shine, right? They have to make this Star Wars and also Disney very successful in order for like them to put the next big brand on. So and I think they're on track, right? I'm sure they're on track. I'm like sure Disney's happy. I mean, I don't think.
Can you guys hear me?
Given them Disney.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can Dyno and Popi hear me?
I can hear.
Yeah, I think everyone can hear you. Let's see in the crowd there. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear Hinano.
Dyno, can you hear me?
See, I didn't hear Hinano talk just now.
That's what I thought, Oz, because I was talking and then Dyno started speaking over me. He can't hear me. I'll come back.
Okay, that's a bit unusual. Yeah. Sorry, I don't think John is being rude.
Must be the Android.
Must be the Android.
Has he been talking?
Hinano has been talking, yeah.
Oh boy.
No, that's all right. Like I was saying, I don't think you've been intentionally rude. It's just you honestly can't hear him. But that's right. He's just dropped down. He's going to reconnect and see if he can get back in the game.
Was he asking me something, or did I talk over him, or what happened?
I said, well, hopefully he's coming back now, and you'll be able to ask him yourself, and you'll be able to hear him. Let's try now.
Cool.
I think Elon's getting a bit funny with our space. Maybe he's getting ready to start charging us a monthly subscription. Did you see that?
No.
No,
No.
no. Apparently, I've seen a few articles floating around on X saying that Elon's thinking about charging a monthly subscription for X users now. Don't know what that is, but the question is, if he started charging monthly subscriptions to use X, would you be using it? And I don't know is my answer, depending on what he wants to charge us for it.
Hopefully we get VeVeVerse out by then I won't need X anymore.
That's right, yeah, because I would definitely be jumping ship to the VeVeVerse if Elon starts charging stupid amounts of money.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I know, I got you now.
All right, we got you.
You're back in the game.
Awesome. I'm already paying for X, guys.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's this Android phone, Dyno. That's what it is.
Yeah. Can you tell Dyno what you're saying about him?
Oh, nothing but good things. Nothing but good things. Yeah, in fact, I don't want to repeat it, man. You might start blushing.
I already am. That's
oh shucks.
But guys, so like to answer your question, Oz, yes, I will pay for it because I'm paying for it already, but I'm using X as a different type of platform. So like I don't mind paying the subscription because I'm trying to use it to help our channel. I'm trying to get impressions. I'm trying to get to a certain point to where hopefully monetization can hit. Because what I want to try to do, what D and I want to try to do is give back to the community, but I don't want to start paying out of my pocket like I am right now. So yeah, I am definitely going to be paying for X, but that's just my own strategy, my own pocketbook.
Yeah, I think it was more like, like for like your average user, like, not like strictly like, from a content perspective, just someone who's just like, posting and scrolling and doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. And
no,
but I think it's like a numbers thing because Elon had to like shell out a lot of cash to buy the thing. So I think he's just trying to recoup it. And like if he charges like, I think Chris Severs said this, like if he just charges like 99 cents a month, he really just needs to like hold the subscriptions for a few months and he gets all his money back.
So yeah, so like I said, nothing's been posted or said yet, but I want to know, like, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the audience there. Would you be using X if you had to pay for it, if you're not paying for it already? So because me personally, I'd probably be inclined to use the VeVeVerse or maybe use Discord a bit more frequently. Actually, just on the subject of Discord, like, just as I've said before, this is WebV Wednesdays, episode 26. It's been brought to you by the WebV Collective, and the WebV Collective does have a Discord. So if you're interested in getting to know the WebV Collective and what we're all about, we're basically just a group of collectors that got together to basically share our love of collecting and just provide a safe space where we can talk about collecting, whether that be Marvel, DC, Palm, Cryptoys, VeVe, so whatever you're into. That's what we're all about. So if you're interested and want to know a bit more about that, just shoot us a DM or myself or Dyno, or get in touch with another member, and we'll get you in.
Yeah, we don't charge to be part of WebV. So
no, we don't. No, it's 100% free.
Yeah, it's totally free. Yeah, with the X thing, I mean, like, I'll pay for it if it's cheap and if they don't give ads. Like if they don't make me see ads, I'll pay 99 cents to maybe $3 a month. But if they're still pushing ads and you just get all the same, because I think the ads is what allows us to have free platforms.
Yeah, because that's where the revenue comes from.
Right. So that's my take on it.
All right. Well, how about we switch gears a little bit, and how about we jump in with some VeVe news. So, how has everyone been picking up anything in the market on VeVe lately? So anyone score any deals?
Waiting for a lad.
No.
Nope.
No, I'm Gem 4 and I don't feel like putting money in.
No, that's fair enough. I suppose a lot of people are saving their money now, like, to get in on the Cryptos BOGO. But me personally, I decided to finish the last of my Predators poster set. So
yeah, congrats on that.
Yeah, I now have my full set, which is all palindrome mints, which I was quite proud of. They're on the same now. Now, yeah, I got all 3 digits, but I've got one that's actually a 2-digit palindrome. So I was quite proud of that one. But that's
How does
that's
that
just
work?
me. Well, it's basically just the number is 99.
Okay, got it. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well, I saw it close to the floor and just went, ooh, yeah, I'll have that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I know the Predator posters ain't like the highest grail or anything like that, but I'm a Predator fan and that's what I like, so I bought it. And at the end of the day, you got to collect what you love, and you'll never be disappointed.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You've been talking about Predator and Alien for months
God
and
knows
months
how long.
before it actually came out. Yeah, and those were your favorite movies, so it makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
If they had Pirates of the Caribbean posters, I would be buying them up too. So.
Cool. Yeah. I am looking forward to going to your Predator showroom when we get to the VeVeverse.
Oh yeah, mate. I'm gonna have a Predator showroom, but my plan is I'm actually gonna start a cinema chain when we get into the VeVeverse. So you're all welcome. So you can come chill with me. We can watch Predator on the big screen or whatever allowed to at the time. And we're gonna deck it out and have my Predator posters. I'm gonna have my Alien posters. I'm gonna have my movie room. And yeah, everyone's welcome. And I look forward to chilling with everybody in the VeVeverse and holding these spaces in the VeVeverse as well.
That's awesome. It's awesome because my wife
That's
doesn't like to watch half of the things I like to watch. So.
Oh, I got the exact same problem. That's
part of the beauty of WebV, right? Is we don't have a lot of people in real life that like the things we like, and so here we are with a bunch of people that do.
That's it.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Yeah, true that. So that's the whole reason why the space was created. Yeah, cool. But yeah, again, just on the subject of VeVe, we have had a bit of controversy in the last couple of weeks. The Cookie Monster drop that seemed to have broke the app. So did you guys see that?
Yeah,
like
you're referring to the market being down.
Yeah, the market being down because they had the golden Cookie Monster drop, or the Cookie Monster and the Oscar the Grouch drop.
So is that what did it?
Well,
it was peculiar timing, right?
Well, that's what I assumed it because there was an issue with they had a problem with minting, if I believe. Because I remember yeah, it was the crafting side of it because I believe I had nothing to I didn't even know it was happening until I sort of read about it. But I think the issue was that you could craft the golden Oscar and the Cookie Monster, but it didn't burn the collectible you already had. So you not only got to keep your collectible, but the original, but you also got the golden ones as well. Also, if anyone knows more information about this, or I'm misinformation this, like please let me know. But yeah, then there was a question, and then I think there was a problem like people going in the market and buying things and over minting. There was a minting issue. But yeah, the market was down for quite a while they sort of sorted it. But now everything appears to be all back to normal. So did anybody take advantage of that? I mean, not the over minting part of it. I mean, like actually getting yourself a golden Cookie Monster or an Oscar.
Yeah, I got a gold Cookie Monster for free. Heck yeah. I don't know how well it will fare in the market because, I mean, it's just a gold Cookie Monster. It's the same thing with a golden, oven. Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, cool. I'm just
but yeah, you might as well, right? If you already had one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and I love gold, guys. I love gold.
It loves gold.
Who was it?
I love
Popi,
gold.
Was it you?
Love it.
Yeah, when Austin Powers. Popi, was it you who said that, hey, this is a cheap secret rare set? I mean, I think you get 6 points for $15. So I mean that alone.
Yeah, that was not me, but that makes sense. Yeah, I actually passed on this one. I didn't have the original collectibles, and I wasn't gonna. I like Sesame Street as a brand, especially for kids in the future. But yeah, I don't have it, and it kind of went over me when I woke up. By the time I wake up, everything kind of happens, and I have to kind of catch up with the news. And market wasn't down, so I kind of said, let's just let it pass and see if I still want it later. And I ended up buying a comic.
Yeah, so that's what I always do. Well, right now, in case anyone's interested, I'm just looking at a quick little bit of market watch here. The Cookie Monster, this is the original, is currently going for 30 gems on the floor. So if that is something you're interested in, so that's what it's currently going for. And as for the Golden Cookie Monster, I believe that was going for about 15 gems on the floor off the top of my head. Let me just have a quick little looky. It is going for 15 gems and 99 frags. That's for the Golden Cookie Monster. And just out of curiosity, what's Oscar going for? And Oscar is currently going for 40 gems, and that's the original. With the Golden Oscar going for... Here it comes. Going for 19 gems and 99 frags, so just shy of 20 gems. And like we said, they're secret rare sets.
Yeah. So just for MCP points.
No, so if MCP points is what you're going for, it's not bad.
But they don't have, if you care about first appearance, those don't have the first appearance tag. So just something to keep in mind.
That's right. Only the original do, and I believe they're only rares.
Yep, correct.
Yep. Cool. We also had a few comics dropped as well over the last couple of days. Anybody go for any of the comics? I know that Yoda one was looking pretty sweet.
I did. So I you know what? I lied. I did use some gems today. I did put like $5.99 and I bought 3 Yodas for like $1.40, $1.70, you know what I mean? Super cheap. I have the comic in real life, so I had to get it.
Really, there you go. Matching the physical with the digital. So I love it.
And it's modern age, you guys. This comic dropped only 3 months ago. Though. We got modern age comics now in the app.
Yeah, I mean like that.
Like modern as in now.
Yeah, well, see, this is what I was hoping for, like, because the Wolverine versus Predator comic dropped, I think, somewhere either yesterday or today, somewhere like soonish. So my hope is, like, if we start getting modern age comics like this Yoda one, then maybe we can start getting more up to date modern comics. Like they've got your Wolverine versus Predator comic, which is dropping like yesterday. What if VeVe starts dropping them on the day of like the physical releases, so you can get both the physical and the digital in the same sort of time frame?
Well, see, now I brought this up before in one of our live streams where actually it wasn't our live stream, it was our interview with VeVe, and I was telling Vibes, wouldn't it be cool if we just spent $10 at the comic store and we buy a comic and then later on we get emailed a promo from VeVe and they give us a digital? So instead of paying $3.99 just for the physical, you're paying $10 for the physical as well as the digital, and you get a comic. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. You know what? Was that Doctor Strange did his stacking or slacking on this Yoda #1, and he said the exact same thing about how but like his was like vice versa. He says, why can't I get get this VeVe collectible and then ship me, or then I can pick up the physical, the same concept, obviously, right? But and it all came because of there's these are the like modern age comics, so it's a good idea.
Well, that's right.
It's easy promo if you think about it.
Well, I mean, I think that's basically the idea of what they were trying to do over in McFarlane, because I remember hearing that like in an interview with Top McFarlane, and he basically said exactly the same thing. Like, say, like I'm basically just like providing options to my customers. Like, say if you got a product, like give that product a promo code to get the digital, and then that way you just give it down to the customer. So like say if you want to keep the digital, then get rid of the physical, you can do that, or keep the physical and then sell off the digital, you can do that too. It's just providing different options for the consumer.
Yeah, and on the physical ones, they can actually put the promo code in the comics, but they probably have to seal it because anyone can just go to the store and start opening them all up and getting all the codes, but they have those ways of sealing some of those comics. I remember my old was that Spider-Man #1. I got a couple of those sealed ones still. Relatively cheap.
But no, I mean, I totally agree. I reckon that'd be a great way of doing it. And gives more people incentive to buy as well. What else have we got coming? Oh yeah, did anyone see this, Lena? With the we've also got the Black Widow Russian doll thing coming as well. I thought that was quite different.
Yeah, how much do those cost?
Let me just bring up the article. I think it's like 30 gems off the top of my head. 30 gems. Let me have a look.
Yeah, I think it's 30.
Let me have a look. Okay, so the Black Widow nesting dolls. They are 30 gems. It's an ultra rare. And there is 2,222 editions. And yeah, they're interactive. So, and basically they just look like they just basically do what the Russian doll things do. They just sort of stack into each other and then unstack. So a bit different.
It's a cool idea. I really, especially cultural, right? It's a really cool idea. I just think it's a little too pricey. But somebody out there wants it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we get Scarlett Johansson soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these are not first appearance, right?
No.
They might be.
If people get pissed about first appearance mighties, they're definitely gonna get pissed about first appearance nesting dolls.
No, it's just got edition type, first editions, so not first appearance.
Okay,
so it's an object.
There you go.
It's an object.
Yeah. Also, the
first edition of a nesting doll.
Yeah. Also, the other cool thing we got dropping as well is apparently the Fishes collection is dropping on VeVe. We've got the Fishes Series 1 promo, which looks very cool if you're into that sort of thing.
Oh, really?
Major. That's major.
I did not hear about that.
Yeah. In case anyone's interested, this is over on the VeVe VeVe's blog, so you can find all this information there. But yeah, it's basically Fishes Season 1 collection featuring 4 beloved Fishes in the form of 4 3D animated artist collaborations. So they're basically four Fishes from 4 different artists. And those artists are. Let me have a look here. So we have got and looks like they're all interactive as well. So that's kind of cool. So we have got what have we got? So we've got our common, which is 4,090 editions. Does it have a cost? Is it a question? Oh no, they work on promo codes.
Promo codes, interesting.
Yeah, this is promo codes. Promo codes can be redeemed on the VeVe web app by navigating to the settings menu in the upper right hand. So selecting promo codes, yada 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 yada. Promo code. Yeah, so it's basically like, here we go. Every minted Web3 fish will reveal a promo code starting 24. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so we've got it pinned in the in the chat now. So if anyone else who wants to check it out and just doesn't want to listen to me reading, it says basically redemptions will be involved for blind box me. Brady. Yeah, okay. So they're doing it via some sort of promo code system instead of actually a price. So it's that's different.
Actually cool. Yeah, I actually have to look into that because that was the other project I got into after Drophead. Was I actually bought like 3 Fishes, and he was like sending a whole bunch of airdrops. Like there's a whole bunch of airdrops that he'll like send into your wallet, and you would like put it in your aquarium. But what was really cool, it was like one of the first 3D collectibles that you can use in spatials. At least when I was using spatial before, some of them were actually 3D collectibles, which was cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's like, yeah. I mean, I've only heard about it from bits and pieces from listening to Randy talk about it. But it sounds like a cool project. I mean, like just looking at some of the artwork on some of them is pretty cool. So as I was saying, we've got our common, which is 4,090 editions, and this is the Batfish by if I butcher these names, I do apologize. Is it F Bricks?
Oh, good luck with that. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah, I haven't pronounced that one either, but that was my attempt at it. We've got the Angelfish by Brian Morris, which is our uncommon. It's 3,190 editions. And that looks very cool. So I'm loving the red and the multicolored like sort of rainbow effect in the fish there. We've got Sweet Lips Fish by KMNDZ. Kim Dz. I have no idea who that is, but that's our rare at 1,990 editions. And very, very cool looking fish. It looks like something straight out of a carousel. And last but not least, we have our ultra rare, which is Triggerfish. Oh, by Mumbot. Now that one I've heard of because we've got one of her one of ones, I believe, on the app, and that is 1,090 editions. And yeah, looking very cool. Got the like a purpley, purple sort of purpley looking effect going on there, and yeah, it looks very cool. So if you're into the Fishes project, maybe one to check out.
Yeah, it looks like it had a lot of good color and quality. I mean, can't imagine this in the like VeVeVerse where it's going to be even more high def. Be cool.
Yeah, this is major in my opinion. Just you know, Brock is OG of OGs. He was around for the beta. He was a beta tester, and he's been very active in the VeVe community, doing his own thing. Very talented individual. And I remember when they showed the VeVeVerse demo, Fish was flying around or swimming in the sky, whatever. So you know that these guys have been working together and figuring out a way to make these awesome in the VeVeVerse. And so the fact that VeVe has partnered with him and these artists, it just gives me hope for guys like Kid Arcade, for MC, you know, for us to see some community artists who are able to partner up with VeVe on an official level. That's going to be really, really cool. And so this is just the start of that, I would imagine. Yeah,
definitely. And just on the subject of that, I see MC listening in the background there, mate. I just want to say a big congratulations to your latest Dropheads collection that you just dropped. Looks like it's getting a lot of positive reviews, and everyone's just snapping them up. So a big congratulations to you for that one.
Yeah, congrats, Aaron. Yeah, awesome job. You made everyone drop heads in this community. Love it.
Yeah, I really enjoy these new Drophead guys, and I know MC is releasing the Dropheads public tomorrow, Series 3, depending what's left, because there's not much left. But exciting tomorrow. We got some exciting public drops tomorrow. We got the Dropheads going for the public mint. We also have Batmobile.
Oh yes, that was the next one.
And then I believe we have Detective Comics 58. Now, guys, I'm a little frustrated because I just got locked out of my DC account just now.
Oh, really?
Just because I want,
Oh,
so
man.
like, I've been very critical with DC, and people get mad at me for being critical until this kind of crap happens to you. So I got to tell you guys, their website sucks.
How did that happen? How did you get locked out?
I was trying to add funds right now. I just literally was trying to add funds right now. It's so stupid, guys.
Yeah,
you know, when Matt Mason left, the place went downhill. I'm sorry. I'm also a little frustrated. Gosh.
Sorry to hear that.
Hey, by the way, thank you, Popi. That's okay. You know, with everything negative, there's a positive. So Popi sent me a Bane, sent D and I a Bane, so we could actually get on the allow list for the Batmobile. So thank you, brother. And I have your wallet address, so expect something in there.
Hey, good luck with that Batmobile, man. That looks very sweet. I'm actually really glad that it was like McFarlane that's going to drop the first one, and like he picked the right Batmobile. I mean, I don't think you could pick a wrong Batmobile, to be honest with you, but it looks awesome. I mean, those trailers and the teasers that we're showing, I'm just hoping that it's animated. I'm like hoping somewhere down the line you can put your like Batman in it. Looking forward to it. It's a low mint one.
Same here, man.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's not going to sell out, to be honest with you. But or it's
you don't think so?
You know, like affordable. Yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, you know, there's just so much out there in the market. I mean, like literally tomorrow, all of the like different projects are like dropping stuff, right? I mean, I'm not going to discount. I'm actually going to go for that like X Factor #1 on VeVe. I'm a big fan of that. That was when I was like, you know, like collecting physical comics back in the day, and I have that one. So like,
Same here. You know, I'm going for that one, Popi.
Yeah. I want to mint that one. I haven't minted one, to be honest with you, in a while. I always buy it in the aftermarket for like $1 or $2, but this one I want to mint. So there's just so much happening between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning, my time.
It's all happening. There's just too many choices being thrown at us left, right, and center.
Yeah. Friday mornings for me is pretty rough at work because it happens Friday morning, my time. So.
Oh yeah.
You would
Wait.
really love that 24-hour wait list.
Yeah,
Well,
that'd be a good one.
That would only be for VeVe, so can't help with all the other projects. But yeah, that's dedication right there.
But yeah, no, that definitely would help. But just on the subject of X Factor as well, so it's good to see they've gone back to the $6.99 price point and 6,000 editions, because that Captain America #1 kind of confused a lot of people. Like they went to a 10 gem price point at was it 10,000 editions? Like that's like made like no sense to anybody.
What was that about?
I have no idea. That there must be something that like must have been like a prior agreement somewhere down the line that maybe they forgot about or they just had to honor. Because yeah, it's just like it was the first appearance of what the Winter Soldier, and yeah, it was 10 gems at 10K editions. It's like like considering they only just started doing the 6K run, it just made like no sense. But obviously, it didn't sell out in the store, which is no surprise. And I think right now it's I think it was like hovering around three gems last time I saw. But yeah, no, it's still hasn't minted out, so there's still plenty of editions left. I do like the Ultra on that one. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I thought that was a bit weird, but it looks like we're back on track now.
Wouldn't even mind them lowering the price if there's something super modern. I mean, I guess they can get away with $7. That's pretty cheap, but it does add up over time. But yeah, some of the modern comics just get completely disrespected because everyone looks at real life value, and obviously those are going to, those values lag behind Grails and older comics. So, I mean, even if they started doing $5 comics or $1, whatever, who knows how low they can go and still make money. But that would be pretty cool to see as well.
Yeah, so just on the subject of $1 comics, I just noticed that the superstars have dropped in to listen in. So thanks guys for dropping in. So we just saw your Cryptoys unboxing on YouTube there. So very very cool, like a lot of fun. And yeah, we might get those bargain bin comics, like the ones under $1. So it looks like it's just creeping closer every day.
Yep. Our sniper events won't even be a thing anymore. Yeah, Superstar, man. I appreciate the invitation. I just got home like 20 minutes ago. I really wish I could have been on with you guys. I do have a lot of boxes to unbox, but yeah, I'll have to catch the replay. But yeah, thanks again. And I would always love to come on, so we'll have to set something up soon.
And also, if you are thinking about picking yourself up a Cryptoys and taking advantage of the BOGO offer they got going on at the moment, which is buy one get one free, make sure you use one of the affiliate links, whether that be Superstar Monies or Informant. I think he's got one as well. Just try and use someone's affiliate link to try and help just support them in the space. Always just a nice thing you can do. I know I'm definitely still on the fence about it, but I'll probably end up getting at least one. But yeah, what else?
One makes a lot of sense. For $40 you get two of them, and
well, yeah,
it's a nice way to dip your toe in. Especially these. I mean, so has anybody talked about recently? Like, I don't know if the debate is dead or what, but is this the first Mickey Mouse on the blockchain officially, or is that partner statue? Like, I don't know if you want to go there. I'm just like wondering because I remember people were saying that about Vader.
Yeah, well, I think the last I heard is that on the blockchain, I think the Walt and Mickey statue I think is still classed as the FA, but what's actually got the FA tag on VeVe, because I can't remember off the top of my head now.
Oh yeah, it definitely is on VeVe. It's just there was question about whether VeVe's NFTs were on the blockchain. Right. So I don't know. Maybe that debate died a long time ago for good reason, but that always kind of sticks in the back of my mind of like, hey, if this is the first Mickey actually on the chain as a layer 1 NFT, that's kind of, that would be a big deal, right? But that also kind of sucks the fun out of it. So I don't want to necessarily go there, but I was just curious.
Yeah, well, the one I've always wondered about is with just back to the subject of Cryptoys is that because they're being built on the Flow blockchain, I believe, is that would there maybe be plans in the future to try and implement like the Flow blockchain token? Because I know Flow's got a token. Like, where's it's the same case with like the OMI token being involved with VeVe. Like, will Cryptoys have some kind of like token involved with their project? Because that's something I haven't heard discussed at all. I know what do you reckon?
I think they're called Toykins. I believe they're going to have their own type of. Yeah, so it is Toykins, isn't it?
Yeah, Toykin's what I heard.
Toykins, okay.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well.
All right. Well, guess we'll have to stay tuned for that and see if that gets to anything.
Maybe that's what the marketplace is waiting for, their actual coin. I wouldn't think so, but I mean, if they were launched at the same time, it'll only make sense.
Yeah, that could work. Have like their like little in-house currency or something that coincides with something out in the crypto realm. Could happen.
Yeah, and then playing games
But I just
and
like
earning Toykins. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, its own version of gems.
Yeah, maybe. What else has been happening in the world? So did anybody do anything for Batman Day?
I bought the BOGO deal.
Bought the burger deal. Nice. So I went and saw Batman in the cinemas. So the 1989 version with Keaton, and it was unbelievable. So after 33 years.
Isn't that the Tim Burton or no?
That's right. Yeah. Tim Burton.
How was it?
Oh man, it was great. Yeah, it was just there's a lot of things I forgot about, like like the soundtrack to the movie, like done by Prince. Just seeing Jack Nicholson just having fun with the role as Joker. I thought that was quite cool. That's where that before I forget, that's where that quote came from. Never rub another man's rhubarb. That came from that's what Joker said in Batman.
I was having fun with everyone on that stream, Oz. Your comment just took a target hit.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I thought that was quite funny because I sort of like laughed out loud a little bit when he said that on the big screen. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. But it was nice. Nice bit of nostalgia. So the next one I want to see now is Batman Returns. That will be the next one for me. Get a bit of Michelle Pfeiffer and a bit of Danny DeVito up there as Penguin and Catwoman. Oh, and let's not forget Christopher Walken as well.
Oh, big names.
It's a nice bit of nostalgia for anybody who's into the older school Batman.
So what day was this?
This was on Saturday, so I believe it was the 16th off the top of my head. Yeah, it was 16th.
Sounds right. Oh, I got a day for everything, don't they?
Oh yeah, of course. Star Wars Day.
They have
Yeah. I'll be like, it's cool. I think they actually do have Batman Day, but yeah, like I said, we've got a day for everything now. We've got like Star Wars Day, Batman Day, say DC Day, Marvel Day. So whatever you got, just a reason to have a party, really, isn't it? Who needs a reason to have a party?
Yeah, exactly. A reason to have fun and celebrate.
So yeah, so what else is coming up? We got the Aladdin drop coming up. So who's going for the Aladdin drop?
I am it's a personal favorite for me. Not
Same
my
here.
not my absolute favorite, but it's up there. Top 3. And all 3 of these are major characters. So, whereas what are some of the other ones? I don't know, like Scar and he's
Scar.
a major villain and everything, but we're talking Princess Jasmine, Aladdin, and the genie. Like those are 3 pretty major characters as far as Disney's concerned. So I feel like you can't really go wrong with this one, in my opinion. It'll probably still go into retail and all this other stuff, but just personally, I don't feel like I can go wrong with any of those. So I'm going to go for it.
And especially the animation and sound on that genie as well is pretty fire as well.
Yeah, they did a good job with that.
Yeah, Aladdin's one of my easy top 3 favorite Disney's as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for that flying carpet though. I'm gonna fly that
Yeah.
around the VeVe.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
That'll be our next vehicle drop. But no, I'm the same. Like, no, Aladdin is definitely up there in my top 5 Disney movies as well. Actually, here's a question then. So what is your top 3 Disney movies then? So, Dyno, what about you?
Are we talking about animation from back in the day, or anything done by Disney?
How about both? How about animation back in the day, or if there's any like the newer ones that you've seen lately? Because I personally haven't seen much of the newer ones.
Yeah, me neither. I've been out for a while. Well, Robin Hood for sure, 100%. My number 1.
Oh, Robin Hood.
Yeah, and then I would say Lion King and Aladdin.
Yeah, same here. Mine is Lion King and Aladdin. That's
I concur. Like, Lion King and Aladdin is definitely my top 3. And yeah, Robin Hood. I totally forgot about Robin Hood. Like, I used to watch that all the time as a kid. Like, with the rooster, like, playing on his ukulele, like, do 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 do. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And Prince John, raise the taxes.
I love that movie, man. Absolutely love it. I think I still have it on VHS up in my parents' attic or something, because I don't know where all those VHS tapes went, but we had a box full of them. Yeah, I absolutely love Robin Hood. So yeah, that's my favorite. And then for like live action, Pirates of the Caribbean is the top for me. So I'm really hoping to see Jack Sparrow, and there's not like any super iconic characters other than Jack Sparrow in my opinion, but like if Jack comes, I was looking at his Funko Pop actually.
Oh yeah,
like a $15 Funko Pop. It's going for like $65 on Amazon. So yeah, somebody's on it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I enjoyed the Pirates series. They were always very entertaining. They were like well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. The first 3 obviously the strongest, and then sort of like started to drop off a little bit after that, didn't it? Because they had 2 more after that. Yeah, 2 more. Must have been 2 more.
I think they've had 5 total. Yeah, you're talking about after the trilogy they had?
Yeah, because they had the trilogy, and then they had I can't remember now, but yeah, they had the one with Penelope Cruz, and then they had the one with
Stranger Tides.
Yeah, Stranger Tides. Another one.
Dead Man Tell No, wait, that's
no. Is it Dead Man Tell? No, I think that's right.
That might have been part of the At World's End.
Oh, say someone's ringing.
Calling Popi back to work.
That's it. So lunchtime's over. Back to work.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah,
you guys heard that.
Yeah, we heard that.
That's it. We're talking about VeVe Digital Collectables. It's not important. Call back later.
Oh man,
that's it. It's all good, mate. It's all good. But yeah, no, that last Pirates of the Caribbean movie was called Dead Men Tells No Tales. And that was 2017. Okay, that was the last one.
Yeah, and then there's Dead Man's Chest, At World's End, Stranger Tides. There's something about Stranger Tides, and then Dead Man Tell No Tales. And I guess they're coming out with a 6th one, but no Jack Sparrow. So that's
that's because Jack Sparrow had that little problem with Disney and a certain lawsuit back a while back, didn't he?
Yeah, Johnny Depp. Yeah,
it was a shame, really. But who knows? He might come back in some other form or another. Because I know he does frequent children events, whether it be visiting children in hospitals and whatnot, dressed up as Jack Sparrow from time to time. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean came out 2003. Wow, that's getting along as well.
20 year.
Wow, 20 years.
20-year anniversary. Yeah, it's crazy. I grew up on that movie. Absolutely
yeah, same. Yeah, just the movie, and it sort of like reinvigorated the whole like pirate scene, didn't it? Like like just with this dramatic soundtrack and like just the adventures on high sea type things. A lot of pirate related movies and TV shows came out after that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
for me,
the entrance too. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, please.
oh yeah, but for me, I mean, there was actually one movie before Pirates of the Caribbean that had it for me. This is the one I grew up on, and that was called Cutthroat Island. Anyone ever see that?
No, never heard of it.
I do remember that. Yeah, that's an old one.
That is going back.
And who was the?
It was
Matthew Modine.
That's right. It was Matthew Modine, and it was Gina Davis.
Gina Davis.
Yeah. So before there was Pirates of the Caribbean, there was Cutthroat Island, and that was 1995.
Wow.
So yeah. So if you want another really good old school pirate movie, yeah, check that one out.
Cutthroat Island.
Yeah, Cutthroat Island. Put that on your to watch list.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was,
yeah. But if I remember right, there are actually a couple of well-known names in that movie too, like other than Gina Davis and Matthew Modine. There's also Frank Langlia. For those who are not familiar with who he is, and you're an 80s kid like me, he played Skeletor in Masters of the Universe.
Oh.
And he's also done a whole heap of other stuff as well, which I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, that's always the one that sticks out for me. So yeah, so and anyone listening out there, say Google Cutthroat Island. Say if you want a Pirates of the Caribbean before Pirates of the Caribbean, that's the one to go to.
So now, what are your favorite Disney movies?
My favorite Disney movies, I did. Yeah, it said obviously Aladdin, Lion King. I'm more into the old school stuff because I haven't seen any of the newer stuff, which I've heard is quite good. But yeah, definitely Aladdin, Lion King. What else is up there? I could say, yeah, and Robin Hood as well. Like I said before, that's definitely up there.
Yeah, I think I liked Peter Pan back in the day too.
Oh yeah,
Peter Pan's a while though. What about live action?
Well, see, I haven't really seen many of the live action ones. I think I've only seen. Jungle Book's another good one. But yeah, I forgot about. But no, as I've seen the live action Jungle Book, but I think that's about it.
Is that even good?
It was okay. I mean, like the animation was really cool. Mm-hmm. I'm just going through a list of Marvel of Disney movies just in case I've forgotten any.
There's so many, it's crazy.
There's tons of them. There's Pinocchio, Fantasia, Dumbo. Who forgot about Dumbo?
Dumbo always creeped me out.
Yeah, what? Because of the big ears.
I don't know. It's just a trippy movie in a way. If I'm remembering it correctly.
Yeah, for like me, it was it's like Aladdin and it's always those two for the top first, but and then everything is like a close second, third, right? I mean, there's I always thought Tarzan was like a pretty good movie.
Oh yeah, Tarzan.
Depending just those and Lion King, obviously, right? Those are classics. Like Milan, they had their good storylines, right? They're very deep, and you can relate to it more when you grow up. What was the like real message going on with it? So,
exactly. Yeah, I didn't really understand the meaning behind what I was watching, and then if you go back and watch, you're like, oh wow, this is crazy. Forgot that was even in there, or like, oh wow, now I understand what the like greater theme was. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just going through a list of Disney movies, and there's literally like a ton of them.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's from animation to live stream. Not live stream, live action. Yeah, it's crazy how deep that IP is.
Definitely. Hinano, what about you? Do you have a top 3 of Disney movies or anything that resonates with you?
Maybe not really movies, guys, but I was really big into like Disney Afternoon, where you had DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, and
DuckTales.
Tailspin. So those are my 3 favorite, is actually in that order: DuckTales, Tailspin, and Darkwing Duck. I'd like to see those 3 on any platform.
Yeah, that would be cool. I used to always like the opening theme music to those series, especially Tailspin.
Oh yeah. In fact, for DuckTales, that's my karaoke song, Oz, that we're supposed to be doing on our live stream next time. Yeah, remember I was telling you I was gonna sing DuckTales? Yeah. So, but yeah, it used to get me pumped. In fact, I remember in the VHS days, guys, where I had like the Fujifilm, and I had the 4-hour tape, and I used to record like hours of DuckTales, and I had them all labeled perfectly, and I always used to write at the end of the label, "Do not erase," because my parents used to steal my tapes.
Yeah.
And I had a collection of DuckTales, Tailspin, and Darkwing Duck.
There we go. So
I want to see that.
Yeah, definitely see some DuckTales. Well, I mean, like what we've got the comics. I mean, like we got like Scrooge, we got Huey and Dewey, and the comics in the app. So maybe we'll get some DuckTales at some point. Here we go.
It's inevitable, right? Just how much IP they have. It's going to take years and years to release all this stuff. And when they release things in tandem with a new movie or something coming out. I like when they do stuff like that. So hopefully, I don't know, and we'll see anniversaries and we'll see all sorts of stuff where there's a reason to create some buzz around the IP that's been dropped.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm just looking at the lyrics for the DuckTales theme song, like, and they just get ready for our little karaoke session coming down the line.
Yeah, life is like a hurricane.
The danger lurks behind you, and there's a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just grab onto DuckTales.
Yo, we're giving them too much, Oz. We're giving them too much. They gotta tune in for that live stream.
That's just a sneak peek, guys. That's a sneak peek.
That was a tease.
We're losing the audience. Their ears are hurting.
That's it. There you go. So Webby karaoke night. Stay tuned. Coming soon.
Imagine doing that in the VeVe-verse. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
That's it. We're gonna get some music on the platform. Saying that being the first.
Yeah, when music and sports. I mean, we were told that was coming a long time ago. But we know how it goes. Just patience. But it's just funny.
Hey, Dyno, did you ever check out that So Rare platform?
I did. Yeah, I fell off, but I was checking it out. I think I redeemed a couple things.
Yeah,
I got to get back
season's
into
going
it.
to kick off
Basketball's
soon.
coming up. Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's
exactly. And that's all season 1, right? That was all.
Yeah, that's all season 1. But it's weird because they said that they're season 1 cards, but they've only dropped like half of them. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Or, no, they just call them year 1 cards, right? And but they're like only half have been dropped because they like drop them over time. They like do it 24 hours a day. So I can't see that. I guess it's gonna go into the next season, but we'll see.
Have you been keeping up with it over the last couple of months?
Every so often I just like jump on the app. I have it on my home screen, and so like it's always on my like Safari app. So whenever I like look at the internet, it's always like one of the like tabs, and I just jump on to see what's on the market or what's being dropped, and if it's a good one, something affordable, I'll pick one up. Something just so I can stack some players and like eventually sell them, because my my strategy is like eventually to like sell some of these when the like season kicks off again, because then naturally the like prices are going to go up depending on who's doing well, right? And I've been kind of following trades and what like teams are like anticipated to do better, who are going to make the playoffs. So I kind of buy some of them just to know that people are going to eventually want 1 or 2 of them. So because it's like fantasy, because it is fantasy. So, and then obviously, have my own collection of the guys that I just want to keep, whether it's mints or whether it's players that I like or teams. So. Yeah,
it's so much fun.
It's all good fun.
Especially as someone who grew up on sports, it's so second nature to me to know, what players are good, who could emerge as someone good. It's a game. I mean, it really is. There's a game to it of scouting and watching players progress and things like that. And so it adds multiple things that I love all into one. So very, very cool platform.
Yeah. I never really kept up with the sport until the past maybe 6 years. So I keep up with like basketball. Like I never watched the draft before, but now I started watching the draft the past three years to just see who the like teams are going to potentially make the playoffs because of that, right? So I understand more that that it like goes through like cycles. The like team that's in the never makes the playoffs is like eventually going to make it because they're like building teams and. That that gets exciting, right? So this one's a good one.
Who is your team?
Obviously coming from the islands, it's not like a local team that I have, but I've always admired the like Clippers, even though they've had their share of injuries and stuff. I actually like the old Clippers when it was Blake Griffin and Chris Paul back in the day, but they've all moved out to different teams and. But like the team that they have now, they have so much promise. They've just been plagued with injuries, and it's unfortunate because they've kind of held together for about 3 years, and hopefully this year is going to be their year. So, but I like more so follow players. There's like players that I respect more, and I, even though it's a team that I don't care for, I like to watch them. So.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I'd like
How about
to
you?
see the Clippers.
You have a team?
Bulls. Everything Chicago.
Bulls. Okay.
Me, so. Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
So it's been a while since I got to see anything exciting, but I grew up on Michael Jordan, so and Scottie Pippen, and
a lot of respect. I've actually seen so I actually watch because my like work allows me to travel 2-3 times a year, and our like headquarters is in Chicago, so I've like watched a few Chicago games. So obviously cheering for the home team when you're in the crowd, right? Because they weren't playing the like Clippers. So so it was always exciting. Their stadium's pretty cool, and taking pictures in front of a Jordan statue and stuff. So they got potential too. So
it's a iconic franchise, iconic stadium.
Very much.
Greatest player. I mean, in my opinion, greatest player to ever live. So
the GOAT.
Cool.
Okay.
I mean, he's up there. He's at least up there.
So, between him and LeBron, it's Jordan for you, right? Because that's always the talk.
I'm biased. Yeah, I'm biased.
You're biased.
But...
I am as well. I am as well. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of respect for LeBron, but it's kind of like a love-hate thing with LeBron for me. But it's mostly respect.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think he's, as far as numbers go, he's like the best. But in terms of winning and just iconic, likable, worldwide player. I mean, Jordan seems to be. Everybody knows Michael Jordan.
That's it. And everyone knows his shoes too. Like, because I actually watched. Has anyone actually watched the movie? I think it's Air with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck about the story of the Air Jordans.
I need to check that out. I haven't yet.
No, it is actually really good, and it actually shows basically how they basically built the shoe around Michael Jordan and the processes that they went through to do that. But at the end of it, it shows how much of a killing Michael Jordan actually made out of the deal he made with those shoes.
Oh man, I mean, those shoes are still highly sought after.
Yeah,
hundreds of dollars a pair, and just so iconic.
Yeah, well, basically, long story short, he gets out of revenue from those shoes. He gets paid millions of dollars a year for them.
Yeah, it's just flowing in too, right?
Yeah, and it's still going. So he basically got minted just off of that shoe deal alone.
Step for life.
Yeah, but yeah, I do encourage anybody to check it out. Air with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon is actually a really good movie.
Yeah, I love them in movies together too. So I didn't even realize Ben Affleck was in that movie.
Yeah, he plays what's the guy's name? Is it Phil Knight, the guy who founded Nike?
Wow. Yeah, and I guess they don't ever show Michael in that movie.
No, they don't.
You know, yeah.
It's
all about the shoe.
Yeah, it's all about the shoe. I mean, like they do have the character of Michael in the movie, but it's all like from like behind the headshot, so you don't actually see like a picture of his face.
Mm-hmm. Is his mom in that movie? I thought I saw something
yes.
like that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. His mom basically brokered the whole deal.
Wow.
Obviously she didn't want him. No, we'll see. She didn't want him to be like exploited, and basically wanted to put him like in a good position to basically benefit from it. And yeah, she did well with it.
Yeah, he must have been in his early 20s around that time. So yeah, Mama looking out.
That's it. So good on you, Mum.
Yeah, I'm sure she got a chunk of that.
Yeah, Jordan's net worth is like by far the highest worldwide for many years. I mean, I think the like second to him is not even half. So
yeah, and then he I don't know if he still has it, but I thought he bought the Charlotte or not Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah,
what are they now?
The Hornets.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are they?
Because New Orleans was a New Orleans Pelicans. Why am I tripping out right now? It's Charlotte Hornets, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He bought them like a number of years ago. So now he owns a team. I mean, he's set.
Yeah, surprisingly, that a team hasn't done so well for a bunch of years. But I mean, with like Michael Jordan in the court, they always have memes of him watching a game and putting his head down just because he knows they can do that better. But
absolutely, might get out there, come out of retirement, show him what's up.
Imagine him coming to your like practice and telling you what to do. Talking about intimidation.
But you like lose your mind, wouldn't you?
I'd ask him for his autograph first.
Oh, definitely. It'd be like a scene out of like Wayne's World. You just like drop to your knees and start praying. And go, we're
not worthy. We're not worthy. I love Wayne's World. Oh man, I watched that movie like literally 100 times.
Oh, really good. It's been a long time since I've seen Wayne's World, but that's always a scene that always sticks out to my mind every time I think of like like coming up to like an idol or seeing someone famous.
Yeah. I thought about dressing up my like son as Wayne for Halloween.
Oh, that'd be wicked, man. You should do it.
Yeah, all it needs is just trucker hat, put on homemade mullet and some torn jeans and a black t-shirt, and he's good to go.
Doesn't he have like the dark black glasses too?
That's Garth.
Oh, that's Garth. Wayne and Garth.
Okay.
Yeah. So he could go as Wayne, you could go as Garth or something like that. That'd be a wicked like Halloween.
Yeah, I know. I was actually thinking of making my like daughter Garth, but I don't know if that's gonna fly with my wife. So
yeah. Excellent. No, it's cool. It's been a lot of fun. Just a nice chilled episode. Just talking about different things, whether it be Cryptoys, say film, VeVe. Just a nice little chill session for anyone who's just joining in, or anybody who's just joining us for the first time. Oh, Hinano, you got something you want to throw in, mate?
Yeah, sorry guys, I just didn't want to barge in, and I'm kind of like doing multiple things here at once. But have you guys seen? And no spoilers now. I'm just asking. Have you guys seen Ahsoka? Let alone the latest Ahsoka, or just the whole series in general? I have, and I've been enjoying it. I'm not going to spoil anything that I've seen, but it's for me because I am not I am only keeping up with lore now. Like right now, D and myself and my daughter, we're catching up to Rebels. We're on season 2 of Rebels. We've never seen it. So for us, it's kind of like we're catching up to what's going on in Ahsoka, which is nice, but also not cool because I really feel like the things we're watching in Ahsoka now would probably have a more of an emotional impact towards us if we knew what was going on in Rebels beforehand. So that's kind of where we are with the series. But I've been enjoying it. What about you guys?
So, no, I haven't seen it yet, and I heard that from somewhere about how you should watch this first. So it's Rebels. I should watch Rebels before I go into.
It's basically you're watching Rebels season 5 for Ahsoka.
Oh, okay.
So you should watch Rebels beforehand, especially if you watched last night's episode, because oh my gosh, it was cool. I just really feel like, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. No, I'm the same. I haven't been watching it either. Like, no, I've been wanting to try and catch up on my Rebels first before I dive into Ahsoka. But I'm currently about up to nearly just shy of halfway through season 2. I think I'm up to about episode 7. I've literally just just watched the episode where they've introduced the B-wings.
Oh, okay.
4 seasons, or is it how many seasons?
4 seasons.
4, right? Okay.
It's 4 seasons, and I think season 1 is 15 episodes, and 2 and 3 are 22 episodes long.
Yeah,
and then 4 is again back to 15. So we just started season 3 tonight. We're gonna watch episode 2 of season 3.
Nice.
So it's been great. I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, same. And the good thing is that they're only like 23-minute episodes or something like that. So they're they're quite easily digestible. Not like
and you don't have to wait, guys. You don't have to wait every week for the next episode because it's just back to back to back.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, like I was gonna wait for Ahsoka until after it's all done, so I can just binge it one weekend. So, but now I'll watch Rebels first.
Stay off the internet, man, because the internet likes to spoil everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and watch Rebels then because I started episode 1 2 days ago. I'm like Popi. I like to binge, but I was like, man, after all, the whole VeVe fam was like raving about. What is it, episode 5? It's like, oh man. So I got FOMO and I started watching, and the first episode was a little slow, but then it like heated up at the end, and so I was like, oh, okay, I wonder what's gonna happen next. But I think now I should just go watch Rebels. Is that what I'm hearing?
I think you'll get a more of an emotional impact, and it'll be more fulfilling for you if you watch Rebels first. We're beginning to see that. Even if we're only 2 seasons in, we're beginning to see that. But at least we know some of the references that are going on in Ahsoka to make a determination of what's happening. Because we cheated. We watched, I think, like a 20-minute video that kind of summed up all of Rebels. So we know all the characters and what's going on. But there's just way more of an emotional impact if you know the whole entire storyline of what happened in Rebels. And it's good. Like, I'm not a guy that likes to watch cartoons other than maybe DuckTales. But this is good stuff.
Oh, that's good to know. And was there any recommendation to check out Clone Wars before Rebels, or not really necessary?
I mean, like there's sections of Clone Wars which get referenced, like through Rebels and probably in Ahsoka as well. So, I mean, Clone Wars is good. It's a good series, but I don't think it's like essential. I mean, like Hinano said, you could probably get away with watching like a Clone Wars in 10 seconds video, like on YouTube or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
but Rebels, you should definitely watch Rebels because
definitely watch Rebels.
It really feels like Rebels season 5, and I need to know what's going on in 3 and 4 to really understand the lore.
Yeah,
but it's cool, guys. It's cool.
I'll definitely check it out then.
Yeah, and also a little fun fact as well. Like, we had the character Zeb already make his live action debut in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. Hey, Nano, thanks for sharing that, because I'm the same with you. I don't care to watch the animation. I like the live action. So knowing that, at least I'm gonna go into this the right way.
Yeah, it's a cartoon for adults, because I didn't really feel like it was very slapsticky like a cartoon. I didn't really feel like it was just catered to my daughter because of the references from Clone Wars and just where they are in the timeline. But it's really well done. The battle scenes are cool. The special effects for a cartoon is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Yeah, you'll like it. You guys will like it.
Yeah, and there's there's nice little pieces of nostalgia in there as well. They have past Star Wars characters making little appearances in certain episodes, or they make references to events in the Clone Wars, or there's actually other characters that pop up that have been in other live action Star Wars series.
They're Darth Maul.
Yeah, like Darth Maul. Like, have you guys? Obviously, you guys have seen Obi-Wan as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got the Grand Inquisitor who makes his appearance in season 1.
Yeah, and you find out who he really is too in Rebels.
That's right. You're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Now
It's
you
like,
make
oh,
me really
okay.
think. Now you really make me think. I mean, should I really start with Clone Wars if I want to take it back? Now I know why Dyno is asking, but that's 7 seasons.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the only drawback about Clone Wars. It's like 7 seasons. It's like like 20, 22
You're gonna have a
episodes a
numb
season.
ass sitting so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you just do the cheat thing and just go on YouTube and find a video that sums it up in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't do that. My wife, my wife can actually watch shows where she's watching in the background doing stuff. Me, when I'm going to watch something, I have to sit down with no interruptions. And I want to watch from beginning to end, like no one interrupting me. And I can't like stop a movie and then like continue. That would like really irritate me. I like to take it all in the way it was made to be, whether you're like in a movie theater or what. I like to like appreciate every little part of the show, because then there's always those parts where, oh, this came from that little part, right? There was a little sneak peek and I would have never picked up on it. So
no, you're like me. It's like basically like when I sit down to watch something, it's like, don't talk to me like for like 2 hours. So turn the phone off, shut the door, lock the doors. Like I literally do not exist for 2 hours. Don't talk to me.
But hey, speaking of Star Wars, you know what series that I really really liked a lot more than most was the like Andor series. That was really deep for me. I really like that. To me, far better than the other recent ones that we got. Even Obi-Wan and stuff. Even though those are classic, right?
It was just.
But the Andor was real deep.
It was just different, is what it was. It's like it was just like like I've said, like in other things, it's just a different flavor of Star Wars that people are used to. Like a lot of people are used to, like lightsabers, blaster fire, action. Whereas this one was more like deep, more like storytelling and like subterfuge and being like sneaky. And I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a little bit of a slow burn in spots, but I liked it.
Yeah,
and also seeing like
I've been meaning to.
And also and Andy Serkis makes his little cameo appearance like in a couple episodes as well, which I thought was quite surprising. And for anybody who's not familiar, he's the bloke who did Gollum. He also did Emperor Smaug in the newer movies.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked his role in this show. Yes. He was good.
Especially at the very end, like when everybody like I won't spoil anything, but there was a scene there basically like where it was actually quite sad because everyone was like sort of going somewhere, going places, and he couldn't follow because of one tiny fact. But I won't spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it.
Enough said.
Are you still talking about Andor, or are you talking about something else?
No, I'm talking about Andor.
Yeah.
So, since it's part of Star Wars, is this pre-smoke or Snoke?
This is this basically falls in between. It's supposed to be before Rogue One.
That's right. It is before Rogue One.
Yeah.
Which was in the middle of 3 and 4. Am I?
Yeah.
Have that correct?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's in between 3 and 4.
Okay, so he's not tied to Snoke at all. Then it's just that same actor, but they use him again.
It's the same actor, same character. It's kind of like a little prequel thing to how he basically came to get involved with the Resistance and get and pop up in Rogue One.
Oh, okay.
Which in my opinion is actually one of the better Star Wars movies that's come out recently. Like Rogue One, I was actually really impressed with when I first saw it.
Same here. I really like that one.
Yeah, and of course, like that end scene with like Darth Vader, like just oh my god, that was like amazing at the time.
Yeah, we need a Star Wars timeline so we know which one to watch and we know where it fits into the story. Like even when I watch Andor, I didn't realize until I was like more than halfway in the season. It's like, hey, this is before Rogue One. Yeah. And I was like learning connections, right? And without anyone telling me, I just like saw it, come on Disney Plus, started watching it. But So it'll make more sense. Like I know Disney Plus, they actually do a good job in putting for, and maybe it is on Disney Plus for the Star Wars, and I just didn't know. But when they put the like MCU, and they have a way where you can sort it where it's in timeline order. I like that. So then you know which one to watch first and which one if you're going to start from the beginning.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, if you haven't seen Star Wars Rogue One, I highly encourage you to watch it. Yeah, it's definitely one of the better ones. I wasn't really overly impressed with was it just Solo? I think that came after that. It was okay, but it wasn't like fantastic.
Yeah, I watched Solo not too long ago. As a matter of fact, it was one that I just like totally missed, and then I just saw it on the on a Disney Plus. It was alright.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, I think Donald Glover did a good job as Lando. I was quite happy with that performance, and of course having Chewbacca in that. And Amelia Clarke, I was like, seeing little Daenerys Targaryen try and be like the Star Wars, like being part of the Star Wars universe, was like it was okay.
What do you guys think is doing better, Star Wars or Marvel, in terms of keeping it alive?
Keeping it alive
and telling good stories.
Well, I think Star Wars has got a slight upper hand at the moment because Ahsoka's getting well received. Well, I don't know. I think Marvel really needs to sort of up their game a little bit because ever since Endgame sort of finished, everything's kind of like sort of plateaued or sort of slumped a little bit.
Yeah, but those next phases coming out, I think there's so much work going on in the background. I am so looking forward to like Secret Wars. I mean, God, what's the timeline in those? Not too far out from now, so I think everything's just ramping up for it. But I think they're doing both a good job.
Yeah, well, I think I like what's going on with this writer strike. I think it's like sort of like put a bit of a spanner in everything. But once they get past that, hopefully they get back on track and start really like ramping things up because I think what we've got what's coming up. Actually, we've got season 2 of Loki coming up on the 5th of October now because they knocked that up by a day or two. And there is the Marvels, which I believe is coming out in November.
I'm looking forward to Loki season 2 because season 1 was amazing.
Oh yeah, Loki is probably the top Marvel TV show in my book.
Me too.
Because that's just
I never would have thought I would like it either, but man, it was great. So funny story is I actually saw Loki before I saw Infinity War and Endgame. So
oh yeah.
So when I saw the beginning, I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, I know it was super backwards, but I think Loki's one of the things that drew me. Well, this was right around the time that VeVe captured my attention with Marvel. And then I just was like, oh, in order to speculate on some of these collectibles, let me go through the MCU and see who I like and who I think is important. And so, yeah, VeVe's what got me back into Marvel. And so I saw Loki and started watching it. And I'm like, man, that was amazing. So, the beginning where he takes the Tesseract and stuff, I'm like, what is this? And so then when I was actually watching the movies, it's like, oh, that was the moment in the beginning of Loki. So it was just kind of funny how backwards it was for me. But no, Loki was amazing. And it had kind of a psych thriller type of feeling to it too. And I really liked those. So yeah, it was surprisingly really good. I never thought I would have liked it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. Like, especially in that casting with like Richard E. Grant, like it was like classic Loki. I thought that was just brilliant.
Yeah, and the like actor himself, Tom Hiddleston, he's freaking awesome. I mean, I don't see anyone ever doing Loki again, right? And I love every movie, Owen Wilson, and he has a very very good character. He even carries that character into this. So yeah,
but the thing is, I know Owen Wilson just kind of like plays like like a version of Owen Wilson, like in every movie he does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like Loki has a wedding crasher.
Yeah, that's
and the nose never changes on his face. It's always the same bent up nose.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys, just give me a bit of fair warning. So we're gonna have to start wrapping up the space in the next probably like 10 minutes or so, just because that's the time my kids usually start stirring. But yeah, this has been a fun episode. Nice, chill, relax. Big thank you to everybody who's still stuck with us. Like O Squad, Mark D, 007, CoinTag, Fried Labbits, say D, say yeah. No, thanks for sticking with us, guys. Appreciate you taking some time out of your day to come chill with us. I know there's plenty of other spaces going on at the moment, and then you decide to stay with us. So again, thank you very much. And yeah, again, like if there's anybody who wants to come up, say hi. Say the stage is always open to anybody. So it's a safe space, and if you've been thinking about speaking in spaces before and wanted to give it a go, then yeah, please come up, say hi. But if you want to chill in the background and listen too, that's cool as well.
Oh, lost Popi for a minute, but
that's right. I'm sure he'll jump back in if he can.
Hey guys, I'm probably gonna jump out. I've been literally editing Guri's episode for number 16. Yeah, and I'm almost done. So yeah, I'm gonna help out. But if you guys aren't doing anything on Friday, I'm gonna have a live stream with D. You guys are welcome to come through. If not, just hang in the chats. And then stay tuned for episode 16 of the podcast. I hope I can get done by tomorrow. I've been behind. And yeah, also thanks for tuning in, everyone else, and for supporting VeVe. And thanks again, Osman and Dyno and Popi. Nice to talk to you as well.
Same to you, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, looking forward to that episode and the live stream. I usually have my study that night, but if for some reason we're not doing it, then I will be there. So, yeah, always good talking to you, Popi. Great chatting with you again, and yeah, Osman, good job as usual.
Yeah, thanks, you guys. Yeah, and I'm definitely looking forward to the next episode of the Real Uncommon podcast. Be cool. Like, I've spoken with Giri a couple of times in the spaces, and he seems like a really cool dude. So definitely looking forward to that one. And yeah, as for the live stream on Friday, I'll definitely jump in and try and open a box or two, and hopefully I'll have a couple more if I decide to make a decision on if I'm gonna max mint on this Mickey one or not. But we'll see. Stay tuned. Also, a little thing as well for myself. I've also got the next episode of Relax and Read, which we'll be doing on Friday night my time, which I think is about Friday afternoon Pacific Standard Time, where I will be doing a live reading of Tarzan of the Apes number 207, which is I think is the first edition in the origin of Tarzan. Just a nice little one, like has been requested by Double Quill. So that's going to be live streaming on Friday night my time, or Friday afternoon on Pacific Standard Time. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, very cool, man. I didn't realize that. I think, did you get an ultra rare of that or something? Did you pick something up?
Yes, I did. Just because I was shopping around for the comic, because I like to read the comics I actually own, and I was just looking around in the comic because I don't normally pay much attention to the Tarzan comics, but I thought I'll do this one for Double Quill because she's been requesting it for a while. So I had just looking around, like, in the market, and yeah, I saw a ultra rare of the black and white cover of the ultra rare going for. It was actually, I've got it right here. It was basically a sub 5% mint, 3-digit, going for 15 gems. And I just went, steal.
Wow. Yeah, so great mint, good MCP, and ultra rare. So just adding to your stack of ultra rares. Yeah, well, I sort of thought about it, like, I was like, because I'm not normally into like the black and white covers, but I thought, well, it is like, a first issue. It's reasonably priced. It's sub 5%, so it's good for NPC points. I was like, yeah, why not? Bugger it. Yeah, and
but yeah,
I think that's pretty cool that it's Tarzan's origin. And Tarzan goes way back. I mean, that's an old character. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm just surprised. It's just crazy. I think we're so spoiled that, and the market is just so down right now. But I don't think we realize just how much opportunity there is.
Yeah, And also the artwork on the interior of the book as well is actually really, really nice. It kind of reminds you of the old school. If you ever seen the Phantom comics, like the Ghost Who Walks.
I haven't, but yeah, I'll check it out on the stream that you do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so just for
there.
so that'll be Friday. It'll be a live stream of me reading Tarzan of the Apes number 207, which is basically the start of the origin story of Tarzan. And we'll be going through the book, so just reading it, checking it out, and just the whole idea of doing these streams is just trying to encourage people to actually open the comic books and read them, because I know, like me, so a lot of people just buy the covers and they never actually open the books, but the interior covers and the artwork inside the books themselves are actually really, really nice.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you're doing that, because I'm one of those people that just buys it and it sits. But I every time that I have read, like I read Ultimate Fallout 4, and
Oh yeah,
I've read a number of them, like Spider-Man 1, and I really enjoyed it. So I think it's a good thing to check it out and encourage people to do, because yeah, I mean, this is where these characters were created, right? I mean, Spider-Man made his first appearance in a comic, and so yeah, we're spoiled now with cartoons and movies and stuff like that, but this is the original way that they were introduced to the world. So I think it's really cool that we have those at our fingertips now.
Yeah, I just
definitely.
Yeah, I just find it a little harder to read off the VeVe platform. Once I started using Marvel Unlimited, and also and I like also Comixology, those platforms and apps make it so much more easier to read. So I'm actually looking forward to when the Apple glasses come out, and the VeVe version, where what they're saying, how you can blow up the comic.
That's gonna be cool.
And then that'll be another experience. So at least what I think it's gonna be. But yeah, but if I really want to look at a comic, I just find myself going to the other platforms for it. So
that'd be cool if they had a partnership, because why does VeVe have to reinvent the wheel? And even, I guess, DC has a better way of reading comics too, right? Where it goes panel to panel instead of page to page. If I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw that.
Yeah, Marvel does. So Marvel's Unlimited
a
does.
lot more user friendly.
Yeah, you have the option of seeing either the whole page, or you can to a different way to view, where it goes panel to panel, and it's depending on what kind of comic you're reading, it kind of makes a difference. You don't want to see what's going to happen next on the big page, right? So
right, yeah, that would be really cool then to see VeVe merge, or at least take a few pages out of that book, because you do have to pay for Marvel Unlimited, right?
Yeah.
So it's not available to everyone unless you want to pay.
But it's affordable. I mean, I don't remember. I think I paid $60, no more than $80 for the whole year. So it's really not bad at all. It's. I mean, that's if you're going to read, right? If you don't read, then it's just you're just throwing money down the drain. But the number of comics that I've read already, I got my money's back in the first couple months. So.
Nice.
But it's not ownership, right? It's kind of like you're streaming Netflix. So
exactly.
Well, yeah, that's
the difference.
What it's like is Disney Plus or something, right?
Yeah.
But it's a form of entertainment that you're paying for access, and they have every book ever released, right?
Yeah.
So you can read Marvel Comics 1, you can read all those.
Yeah, and I've even downloaded where you can watch it on. I mean, read it on the plane too. Yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot better. But you don't own them.
Yeah. That is one gripe that I have with VeVe at the moment, is that if I go offline, I can't read any of my comics. So that is one thing I would like to see, is some form of being able to access them offline.
Oh yeah. When I went, when I found out, God, this was well over a year ago, when they're going to do Secret Wars again, I downloaded the whole series 1 and 2, and I read it from my flight to Chicago. So. It was cool on an iPad, right?
Nice,
not on the phone, on an iPad, so it was a lot more. So it's almost like you're holding a comic, right? Just a little, at least simulate the size.
Yeah, similar size. Yep.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, go away.
I was just gonna say, it'd be cool that if you have MC1 on VeVe, they would give you like access to that on Marvel Unlimited or something. I don't know. It would be cool if they did something like that. They probably never will, but that would be nice.
That makes sense.
So go ahead, my bad.
I can see
Yeah,
what
that'd
you're
be cool.
saying. Yeah, because and it's weird because I know on not Marvel Unlimited, Marvel Insider, I guess, because they have these like different memberships, but the one I paid to just give you access to both. There's a way to buy digital comics, but and I remember I was dropped one for some, like participating in some sort of program that they had. So, but I like never like entertained like, what is this digital comic? How is it different from VeVe or anything like that? Right. So didn't have a minute number or anything. It's just something that I was able to hold in my like account online. So like, they have their own version of digital comics, and I'm not sure if you have to keep the membership in order to have that ownership maybe, or is it just in your account as long as you have a membership? So I'm like pretty sure it's not blockchain related.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the capability is there, and
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even if they gave you a promo code to redeem it on Marvel Insider, and then you can read it in a much more user friendly way.
Yeah.
Because VeVe's not it right now.
Right now.
Right. It is difficult.
Yeah. Right now.
Not at the moment. Yeah. And if they want to spend the dev hours to do it, which they probably will, or maybe the VeVeverse changes everything. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why they're not investing the time to sort of fix up the reader, is because they've got bigger things in the pipeline, with the VeVeverse and that. So that could be a reason behind it.
Yeah, I know there was a lot of questions going out to the Voltaholics and also Fro with how is the VeVeverse? They can only share so much, but once the word got out that you can see comics on like in the VeVeverse, I don't think anyone's ever asked, can you how's the like reading experience? I mean, like I wouldn't be surprised if they haven't read it either, right? They probably just look at the cover and put it on use it for their showrooms, right?
Just put it on the wall.
Put it in a frame.
But have they tried to read it? I mean, it'll be pretty cool if like the quality is even better than what we see now, right? Like like the collectibles at the SA. That'll be pretty cool. And it's Absolutely. Just it's not hard to believe that that maybe in the near future they can make some sort of animated part of the comic, even if it's just the cover. That would be pretty mind blowing. I think that will bring just a smaller portion of the physical collectors to be like, hey, this is why digital comics are different. Maybe not better, right, in their eyes, but different. Something I might want to entertain, because that would be the difference. It's a little animated. And
yeah, well, I mean, I definitely be all for animated comic book covers. I mean, considering some of the stuff that Sleeping Comics was coming out a while back was just like amazing.
Yeah,
I was like,
cool.
why is VeVe not doing this?
Literally, just like send that over and just upload the new file. And I mean, I know I make it sound like it's simple, but I know it's not that simple at all. But
no, probably not.
But if definitely possible for sure.
All right, guys. Well, I got to start wrapping up this space because I can hear my little ones kicking around upstairs. So I got to go do the daddy thing. But yeah, I just want to say a big thank you for everybody who's been listening in. Big thank you to everybody who's been sticking with us. This has been WebVe Wednesdays episode 26, brought to you by the WebVe Collective, which is basically just a group of us that got together to form a nice safe space where we can share our love of collecting and geekism and nerdy stuff, which is always fun, whether that be DC, Marvel, and whatever platform you're into. Say VeVe, Palm, say Cryptoys, say McFarlane, just and all things, all geek in general. And we just had a nice, very, very nice chilled episode. This one, just basically just talking about everything from Cryptoys to Pirates of the Caribbean to Batman to all latest things coming from the different platforms. And yeah, it looks like we got a lot to look forward to in the next week or so. But yeah, guys, is there anything you want to leave us with before we close out?
Just want to say it's been fun talking to you guys. It feels like you're like right in front of me, and good luck on the drop, guys, tomorrow. Tomorrow seems like a big day with a lot of exciting stuff coming out. So that's right. Yeah, we've got X Factor coming soon. So good luck for anybody going for that. And also the Aladdin drop as well is coming. So good luck to that one as well. And Batmobile. And Batmobile is coming. That's right. The Batmobile.
Okay. And Dyno, did you want to leave us with anything?
Yeah, just Popi, always good talking to you, and thanks to everyone who listened. And yeah, we had a great episode 25. I'm looking forward to episode 30 when we'll do more giveaways.
Yes.
But thanks to everyone who listened. And yeah, Osman, thanks for always hosting, providing us with an entertaining Wednesday night. And Hinano and D, really looking forward to the next episode of the Real Uncommon podcast. And yeah.
That's it. Cool. All right. Well, stay tuned for that. Also, I'll do a quick shout out to the VeVe Collective as well. So, like I said before, we do have a Discord. And if you want to know a bit more about the VeVe Collective and what we're into, and want a safe space to sort of talk with like-minded individuals and maybe share your own collections, like I said, we do have a Discord. And if you're interested, send us a DM or send Dyno a DM, so we could, and we'll get you in. And we'll just do a quick shout out to some of our members. We have the Real Uncommon Podcast. We have My Collectables, K Collections, Evolve Collects, VeVe Investments, Double Quill with her blog, Chris Severs with his Go Collect blog, VeVe Arcade. Make sure you check out his collection his show every Sunday, and does amazing artwork. We also have Doctor Strange with All Things Strange with his Stack and Slack videos, which I believe he's just done one recently on X-Force, so definitely check that one out. Three Biggest Bro with the bare minimum. He's just doing his own live streaming. Also have Open Mind Collective for Devon Rach. We don't see much of them at the moment because they've just had a little one, so they're doing the parent thing. And of course, one of our newer additions, we've got Shawnee Poo with Shawnee Poo Tube. And I'll do a quick shout out to Informant as well. Make sure you check out their content as well. Informant's just recently joined our Discord as well. Again, big thank you to everybody who's been listening. Like a big shout out to some of the ones that are still with us. 007, Mark D, Fried Labbits, Cointech, D, Hinano, Popi, O Squad. So thanks for sticking with us, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the episode, and you'll be able to catch it on the VeVe Collective's YouTube channel once I get it all uploaded and get it all put together, which will probably be sometime in the next day or so. And and a quick shout out to myself. So make sure you tune in for my next comic book reading of Relax and Read, where I'll be going over Tarzan of the Apes number 207, which was being requested by Double Quill. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That'll be Friday night or Friday afternoon Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, keep a lookout for that on YouTube. And I think that's enough rambling from me. So again, this has been VeVe Wednesdays, episode 26, brought to you by the VeVe Collective. I've been your host, Osman Collect 63, and thanks again to Dyno for helping me co-host. Big thank you to all the speakers and listeners, and take care, everybody. Have a good one, and I will talk to you more soon.
Thanks, everyone.